to Martin and Ronan's Sunday Best.
Yeah, we got up nice and early, so you can have a lie in there whilst we just try and entertain you.
Also up bright and early this morning is my wife.
Mum's on the show again?
No, my other wife.
Hang on, what are you trying to say? I don't know.
Yeah, I've got something to tell you, Ro. It's my wife from Albert Square. It's Tamzin Outhwaite.
And on my side is an award-winning comedian who has written a book about all the important things in life. Sex, power and money. And here to show us how to get those things all at once is Sara Pascoe.
Hi, Sara. And our final guest today is dropping in from the cloud. Now, like all great actors, he served his time in EastEnders and is now the star of the big screen. It's Ben Hardy.
Yes! Now, as always, the cloud's providing us with some content as well as guests throughout the show. And it's kick-starting with a music question. Now, we love these, OK? What was #1 on this day back in 1993? Oh. October 1993, I was officially 9 months old.
So you know this one, then?
So I know this one. Sara, any ideas?
Oh my gosh. OK, so it's too early for Spice Girls.
I was going to say, is it too early?
I mean, Take That. We're in their early prime.
That's a good call.
1993, October 1993. Go on, what do you reckon?
I think it's too early for Take That.
Do you?
Yeah.
Try to think where you were at that moment in your life. So October 1993.
That's what I always do.
I was in a musical somewhere.
Yeah.
Mariah Carey, Dream Lover.
Oh,
that's a really good guess.
Like
Mariah Carey.
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
I reckon that was at the time I was living in Los Angeles, and I was completely jealous because my brother was doing The Bodyguard and with Whitney Houston. So I'm going to go with Whitney Houston. I Will Always Love You.
OK, you go with Whitney Houston. Well, I can reveal that the answer is Meatloaf with...
Oh, man.
Great song. Great tune. Great tune. You got a Meatloaf fact for me?
Yeah, I have, actually. Did you know that Meatloaf, right, rather than being conscripted into the army, when he was going up for his medical, he lost 68 pounds in a month.
Wow.
But they still took him in.
So what was the point?
But he didn't turn up for it.
Oh.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so what I want to know is, what drastic excuse have you ever used to get out of something? Tamzin?
Well, I didn't actually use it as an excuse, but my friends thought I did. When I was doing Stepping Out, I fractured my metatarsal just before, a week before we were about to open in the West End. And everyone on the phone, all the rest of the cast were like, nah, you don't want to do 8 shows a week, you're trying to get out of it. But it was, then I went for the X-ray, and yeah.
How did you do that?
Tap dancing.
Ouch.
Hang on. Wow. So you tap danced so hard that you broke your foot.
It was a stress fracture, and I pulled out of the show. So,
Couldn't they have changed the title to, like, Hobbling Around Out on Crutches?
Yeah.
Just worked around you. You're the star.
Yeah, good. Yeah. Sara, what about you?
Mine's going to make you sound like a really bad person.
Yeah. Go.
OK. Please don't judge me too much. When I was 16, you remember at school you had to do work experience?
Yes.
And I did my work experience at a children's nursery. I had no interest in it, but I hadn't really kind of put any thought into what I wanted to do. And then on the first day, I didn't feel well, and I'd said to them, can I go home? I don't feel well. And they said, no. The point of work is you stay all day. Yeah. So the next day, to punish them, I rang up pretending to be my mum, and I said that I had a deadly illness. They sent flowers to my house, which I had to destroy in case my mum saw them. Don't look at me like that, guys! I think Meatloaf was worse.
Do you know what? I don't know what I'm more shocked in. I don't know if I'm more shocked at the fact that you did that or that you said that on TV.
I know.
Yeah. You could have said anything.
That's your Instagram followers gone straight away.
Yeah.
When you asked the question, I suddenly had this flashback to, like, oh, I have actually. Since then, I've been very good.
Roman, what about you?
Well, mine doesn't seem bad at all. I don't even care about mine now. I think that the worst thing that I've ever done is I went on a date with someone, and you have that horrible first date thing where you really don't know if you're going to get on at all, and you get to that first drink and you're going, this is really bad. But you develop a system with your friends, right? And you tell your friends, right, if you text, in our case, my mates, 007, then that means you've got to call up, come up with an excuse, get me out of it.
Yeah.
Right? Serious. So I'm on a date with this girl. She was nice enough, but it just wasn't working out, right? Send my mate a text, 007. He calls me up, gets me out of it, says that my brother's sister's mate's cousin needs picking up from somewhere. Not as dark as your story, but pretty bad, right? So I'm going, look, I'm going to have to leave. I'm so sorry. I'm going to have to go. Like, I'm driving like 2 hours away, right? Can't deal with it. Anyway, leave there, go and meet my mates. Go and meet my mates. Who's at the same bar? That girl.
Oh, no.
So I've already ditched her.
Yeah.
What,
I've already
she got
ditched
there
her.
at the same time as you?
Well, she just turns up with her mates.
No.
But you think that relationship story is sad, right? Listen to this one. Now, as I said, I was married to our first guest back in 2001. We had a child together called Hunter, who I never even met. But then we didn't have a great relationship anyway. She slept with my arch nemesis, Phil Mitchell, burnt my nightclub down, ran off with Dan. You slept with Ian Bill.
I married him.
But all that is water under the bridge, because here she is, Tamzin Outhwaite. It's so great to finally have on the show.
I think you're fine. Didn't Steve end up going, like, he put me in a lot of debt and I ended up in prison because of everything that he put me through?
Sarah,
Yeah,
this
but
is where we
see,
get the popcorn
you always
out.
forget the good times.
Yeah, there were lots of good times, you know. I'm still waiting for the spin-off, the Dead Years. And Steve.
But you know what? Well, you know, listen, it was brilliant being on that show because you're such a great actress. But I was always jealous because you won 3 sexiest female awards. And I won 2 sexiest male awards. So
You aged badly.
catching up to do.
That's what it was.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Look at him.
Yeah, but listen, yeah, it's true. You are a fantastic actress. That's what made it really easy for me being on that show, working with you. And it tells as well because you know people are queuing up to work with you at the moment.
Not at the moment.
No, they are.
Not in the COVID
because
days.
you're doing that. You know, your online play that you're just about to do.
Yes.
Which is
I mean,
what
I
a
must-
carve up.
Yeah, what a carve up.
Tell me about that.
That is a digital play, and it's got Stephen Fry, it's got Rebecca Front, Sharon D. Clark, brilliant cast, Fiona Button, and I play a reporter in it, and it's all about a whole family, 6 of who have been murdered, all come from a really corrupt, powerful, very wealthy family. And you can go online, book a ticket between the 31st of October and the 29th of November.
All right, listen, it sounds amazing. Let's have a look at the clip we've got.
Josephine Winshaw-Eves, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you.
So you are now the sole remaining survivor of the Winshaw family. Mm-hmm. What does it feel like to carry the extraordinary legacy of the Winshaw family?
I think everyone assumes because of my family that I've just been, handed everything on a silver spoon or whatever, but I wanted to go to Eton like Daddy, and they didn't let me in, so...
Eton College, famously an all-boys school.
Yeah, and they say sexism is dead.
I know, it's amazing. But what was it like working without an audience?
It was fun, except for, it's a very different... It's a different world now because everyone's in masks and, your whole...
Yeah.
As you know, you can't cuddle and us actors are extremely tactile.
Yeah.
And so it's just a different world, but it was just lovely to be working, even though it was a day.
Yeah, but that wasn't the only thing you filmed in lockdown, was it?
No, I've been doing a few bits and bobs.
You did Dumb Breeding?
Dumb Breeding, so that was written by Julie Graham. And that's all about 6 women. Oh, this is my little 8-year-old who plays the young me in this.
That's
That's Marnie.
sweet.
And it's about 6 women going through the menopause. And they don't, no one talks about the menopause because it's really taboo.
Yeah.
And it's Tracy Ann Oberman and Denise Welsh. And it's really funny. And Alison Newman as well. A lot of the time, you're saying stuff to your mates who happen to be your mates. And actually, you're saying stuff that you would normally say, but not on telly.
I mean, that series obviously sounded like a lot of fun, but I do have to ask, there's a picture that we've got here. Please just describe what is going on. Because, it looks like a lot of fun. I mean,
You know what it
if
is?
2020 were a picture, I'm sure this would be it.
It's
But what is
so
happening?
weird, isn't it? So that's the socially distanced rap party that we had for Dumb Breeding. So that's the producers and all the female actresses, the main cast and the producers. And Denise Welsh in it has a slang kit. And her bloke, do you know what a slanket is?
Yeah.
One of those, yeah.
Yeah.
And she's in a slanket most of the time watching reality TV with her bloke. So this slanket became like the 7th character of the show. So we all arrived at this and we got bought a slanket each.
Just so I know,
great.
I've never heard of a slanket in my life.
It's a blanket with sleeves.
You've had a sheltered life,
slanket.
right?
Yeah, I was going to say,
Rowan.
I feel so, I'm privileged.
You get out of bed so
Well, he
early in the
didn't
morning
read
for
to
the
you,
radio.
and now you've never had a slanket.
No, a slanket people use to watch TV in, don't
Yes.
they?
Yeah.
It's like a duvet when you're watching TV.
Oh, I've got to
think
get me one of them.
You should wear one because you have to get up so early to do the radio.
Oh,
you
yeah.
Be on
You
your
should do
bike,
the radio.
Oh, that's
the
game
whole show
over.
in your slanket.
It's game
back
over.
to bed.
I'm doing it. I'm definitely doing it. There is one thing, Tamzin, that I know a lot of people will be very angry if it doesn't happen.
What?
So therefore, I had to try and do my best and recreate some form of EastEnders moment. Right? So I think we need, for one final time, Steve and Mel. So you've got
This is us.
cards there.
Yep.
So take it away whenever you want. Really channel that
Hold on, I'm gonna
EastEnders
get
energy.
really hot.
Think you're inside the E20.
It's going to take me back.
You give us an action.
All right, ready? Action.
I don't know how many times I can tell you. I don't know her.
Oh, leave it out. I know exactly what's been going on here. They kill me off the show and you try and waltz back in the square with a new girl?
What? You mean they killed you off? You mean you're dead?
Yes, Steve. So are you.
It's scary. It's scary hearing those voices.
I love
isn't
what
it?
you have to do at the end for the duff-duff. You almost have to
Yeah.
freeze somehow.
Well, listen, Tamzin, thank you so much
Thanks
for
for
doing
having
that.
me.
It was so
Yeah.
nice. You can see Tamzin play What a Carve Up online. Tamzin's sticking around. We're going to be playing games all show. But right now, it's time for Sunday Selfies. This is where we get to find out what you're doing whilst we're on air. So here's a couple of shout-outs. I really enjoyed these ones this week, right? Starting with Braxton. Loves watching the show with his mum Cara in West Sussex, and now with a new family member. Just been promoted to Big Brother. Oh, good
man.
Rocking the T-shirt.
Yeah.
What a smile. Thank you so much for sharing that moment with us, bud. Thank you for your photo. Right, let's go to Helen's dog Bruce, enjoying the show in Sunderland. There it is. I do like to think that the dog is standing around saying, is that my best angle? Let's finish with Cleo, who's watching from Leon C. Said Martin was clearly trying to blow her a kiss, so it'd be rude not to blow one back. Yeah. Gonna get so close, it's gonna get so close her hair is gonna go static against the TV, and then it'll be an even better photo. Yeah.
Sparks going everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere, yeah. But thank you so much for those, and if you want a Sunday selfie shout out next week, then get in touch, drop us an email to sundaybest@cactustv.co.uk.
Right, time for a break, but don't go anywhere because we're going to be joined by another former EastEnders star, Ben Hardy, who is in this brilliant new film.
Yeah, plus the brilliant comedian Sara Pascoe is going to tell us all about sex, power and money. And a real-life witch, yes, I said that correctly, is going to be dropping in from the cloud to cast a spell just for us. Stay right where you are, if you dare. Please don't leave us alone. Welcome back to Martin and Roman's Sunday Best.
Now with us in the studio today, we've got Tamzin, Outhwaite and Sara Pascoe.
Yep, and shortly, star of Bohemian Rhapsody and ex-EastEnder Ben Hardy is going to tell us all about his brand new movie, starring alongside Alec Baldwin. Very, very Hollywood these days. Now, time, though, to share a golden moment just with you. Halloween, obviously coming up, and for most of us, it's a once-a-year celebration. But for our next guest, it is an all-year-round event because she is a real-life witch, genuinely. She casts spells, she has a broomstick, and performs rituals with her coven of witches in Kent. So please put your hands together and welcome to the show, Witch Charlotte Clark, everyone! Very scary, very scary.
So, listen, welcome to the show, but how do you know when you're a witch?
Well, it's not exactly that you all of a sudden you have a funny nose and a green face. It's from childhood, really. You kind of are very in tune with other people's feelings and emotions. I would say more sensitive rather than calling myself a witch.
Okay. I mean, so how can anyone kind of become, as you say, a sensitive? How would anyone really know in themselves?
It's a bit like being an agony aunt to the world and their dog, feeling other people's emotions and what's going on with them and knowing things before they happen.
I'll tell you what, you're worrying me because that sounds like Shirley.
It does a little bit. Does a little bit. Yeah, I'm not joking. It really does.
So when do you get together with the rest of the coven?
Well, it's been a bit difficult, obviously, through what's been happening with the world. But we often used to get together on the beaches and when the different phases of the moon. We also have different development circles as well. But at the minute, it's really difficult. So there's a lot of FaceTiming and only like 2, 3, 4 of us will get together at the moment.
So, you know, I'm fascinated by this because, you know, when you cast a spell on someone, have you ever cast a spell that has gone wrong?
Only the ones for myself, because this isn't for ourselves, this is for helping others. And we kind of walk a lonely pathway, but yeah, one's gone wrong to do with relationships. In the past, many moons ago, I asked for somebody to come forward that would love me. I got a control freak.
What?
Do you think you could do a spell for me and Ro?
Yeah, what kind of spell would you like? I would like to do a spell for happiness because there's a lot of sadness at the moment, but what would you like?
I think that's great.
I'll go with that.
Sarah, happy with that?
Happiness?
Or a vaccine might be nice.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think let's go with a happiness spell. My dad and I are going to get in character, just to warn you.
Yep.
But it's just so we can feel in the vibe.
Good.
So go ahead.
Lovely. Okay, well, what I'd like you all to do is, you know, like when you're on the seafront or at the ocean and the sea comes in and washes over the stones and then goes back again. Yep. As the sea comes in, if you visualise those stones being cleansed, okay, and I've got like a blue candle, a yellow candle and a red candle here. Yep. And a mauve candle. I'm going to light all 4 because what I'd like for all the viewers to visualise the waves coming in, really splashing those stones and wiping them of all negativity. And I ask for the world to be cleansed of all the unhappiness, the negativity that is happening in the world right now.
There it is.
I think I need a wee now.
Do it at home. No, shush. You got to stay there. Think about the stones. Very good. Do you know what?
Love it.
I really like that. I'm all here for a bit of happiness. So thank you so much, Charlotte, everyone. You know what? I quite like that because it's a positive thing. We went from saying a witch is on the show to a sensitive being on the show.
I really like it. That was nice.
I'm all here for it. Right, it is, however, game time. But as always, we need a judge to decide the winner. Unfortunately for me, it's the turn of the most biased judge we've ever had. I asked for her to get removed from being on the show. My dad said no. Granny Annie, how are you, dare I ask?
How are you, Annie? You okay?
Hi, boys.
Well, you're looking beautiful today, may I say.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, well, welcome back.
Annie, thank you so much for being here again. It is game time, and we are playing Lyric Maestro. Dad, do you want to explain how this works?
Yeah, Granny Annie has a series of song lyrics that she's going to read out, and we have to name that song. Simple as that. Now, Sarah, you're helping Roman.
Okay.
Tam, you're with me.
Okay, so we've all got buzzers. Tamzin, let's hear yours. Sarah, Dad, mine. Right.
Right, okay, buzz in with the guesses. Granny Annie, are you ready?
I am. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I'm ready. Let's read it out.
Let's do it.
If you want my future, forget my past.
Oh!
Spice Girls.
Yes.
Spice Girls.
If you want to be my lover, wannabe.
If you want to be, let's have a listen.
I'll tell you what I want.
Yeah! That was quick, though.
Get used to it. Get used to it. They're all going to be quick. Let's go. Next one. Annie, next one. Let's go.
Let's go, Annie.
That's something I'm good at. Let's go.
You know you love me. I know you care. Just shout whenever and I'll be there. You are my love. You are my heart. And we will never, ever, ever be apart.
Oh, no.
Ooh.
This one?
What is it?
Let's
have a
just have a listen.
Yeah.
Let's take a listen.
I was like,
me too.
Another generation.
Yeah, I would get out.
Never.
Right, okay.
That's yours,
Annie,
Freddie.
beautifully read. Let's hear another one, please.
I'm never going to dance again. Guilty.
Oh, it's
Oh, right, Tamzin.
Careless Whisper.
Careless
Yeah,
Whisper.
By George Michael.
Let's have a listen. Very good.
What a song.
Very good. Very good. Right, Annie, do you have one more?
You have my heart and we'll never be worlds apart. Maybe in magazines, but you'll still be my star. Baby, 'cause in the dark you can't see shiny cars.
What? She's gone mad. This isn't a song.
Always.
This isn't a real song. She's messing with us.
And that's when you need me there. With you, I'll always be Cher.
I know who it is.
Oh, go on, Sarah.
It's Lady Gaga, Paparazzi.
Lady Gaga, Paparazzi,
No.
says
No,
Sarah.
is it not? No,
Let's take
I'm
a
wrong.
listen.
I'm wrong.
It's Cher, because she said I'll always be Cher.
It's Rihanna Umbrella. How did I not get that? How did I not get that? It's
Because there was
ridiculous.
Yeah, you should have got
I
that.
really should have
You
got
didn't
it.
get any of them.
I know.
be
All right,
fair.
Sarah, you're on my team.
You let the team down.
You're on my team.
You're the radio DJ.
All right, do you know what? All right, fair enough. We'll go for one final one. Annie, you're reading these so well. We're going to go one more time. Let's try and see if we can get a winner.
This is your one, Roman. Go.
There's a fire starting in my heart.
No.
Reaching a fever pitch and it's bringing me out the dark.
Oh, I know it.
Finally, I can see you crystal clear. Go ahead and sell me out and I'll lay your ship bare.
No, I don't know.
I'm so bad today. Come on.
It's bringing me out of the dark.
Nah, they've called it. Let's
Okay.
take a listen.
Adele.
Oh, Adele, rolling in the deep.
Rolling in the
Can't
deep.
believe it, Sarah. I'm so sorry.
Thank you very
Well
much.
done, well done. Let's get the final
Martin won
scores.
that one.
Granny Annie, over to you. Tell us who won.
Yeah, Martin, you won that one.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
One each.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on.
Right, now, when our next guest was travelling on the London Underground, someone genuinely approached her and said, "Oh my God, you look incredibly like the comedian Sara Pascoe," which is amazing because you really do look like Sara Pascoe. I would say that. Now, Sarah, congratulations. Your second book release.
Yeah.
Talk to me about it. I mean, Sex, Power, Money. It's a Sunday morning show.
Yes,
So,
and
let's
so
keep it
a
clean.
lot of the contents are adult, so we won't
Yes.
talk about those things. Although if you like adult contents, maybe buy it and read it. I was very interested in particular male biology and kind of the evolution of romance. I think what I was really surprised by is that we still have gender roles that I
Sure.
think are quite antiquated, like men buying dinner. It used to be that men were just expected to pay no matter what they earned. Do you find that women offer to pay?
No, I think, if I'm totally honest, I think it's always down to who's asked who out. Like, if someone
Okay.
says, I'd like to take you for dinner, then I think it would be a natural thing to say, would you mind if I pay for dinner?
Yeah.
But I always have a three-time rule. Like, if someone goes, no, I'd like to split it, and you go, are you sure? And then you say, I'll get the next one. And then if they say it for the third time, you go, okay, cool. You
Yeah.
get it. But, I mean...
And you don't feel emasculated when they go, no, I really want to pay.
No, not at all.
Yeah, and you don't feel like, oh, she wants to pay because she never wants to see me again.
No, it just means I wish I'd ordered the extra sides. Yeah. What do you think was, like, the main kind of inspiration behind it? But what made you go, do you know what, I'm going to write a book on this?
Yeah, it's just discussion points. It's not like me trying to have a polemic, right? Oh, this is my opinion, this is what we should all think. It was much more, there's so much stuff that we all, in private, talk about, and I wanted to research some of it and then think like, oh, like, so for instance, there was a study, right, that showed that straight women were more attracted to men when the photographs they were shown had symbols of wealth, like if they were next to a fancy car,
yeah.
or they were wearing labels on their clothes. And that was something that for me, I thought, oh, that's so shallow, that's so
Yeah.
terrible, and I wanted to kind of examine it without going, like, all women are shallow and all men just go for looks, like, but there are evolutionary reasons behind things and behind our modern behaviour that are quite interesting.
I love that. Really, really cool.
Yeah.
Right, well, listen, we've got to take a break, but we're going to be chatting more to Sarah when we come back. Plus, we're going to take a look at the TV shows we should be watching on the box and on catch-up, so we will see you in a few minutes. Stay there.
and Roman's Sunday best.
Yeah, Tamzin Outhwaite is here, and the movie star Ben Hardy is dropping in to tell us about his brand new film. It's a comedy thriller called Pixie. But before the break, we were talking to the wonderful Sara Pascoe about her brand new book, Sex, Power, Money. It's also in podcast form to kind of carry on these conversations.
Yeah.
And I mean, what sort of guests do you get on for this? Is it someone that you want to be opinionated?
Well, it's definitely... The guests really are people that people haven't actually heard from before. So I'm being very aware of the topics and the time of day. But mostly I'm talking to people who are sex workers or make pornography.
Sure.
When I was researching the book and those issues, which obviously do kind of counteract through sex and money and power, and I realised that we always see media representations or hear people talking on others' behalves, and I really didn't want to do that. And I wanted to give them a platform so they can talk for themselves. Because there are really complex things that are going on, and we worry so much about young people, we really worry about exploitation. And the reason to interview people is to show that it's complex, even that no one has the answers necessarily.
But do you find that, like, if you've got you've got a really kind of powerful book that creates these huge conversations, you're doing the podcast as well, do you find it tough because surely the research is never finishing, but the book is out?
Well, it's because my editor, it was a year late, and she said, you need to stop reading studies and please send it in. so really someone had to put their foot down. But I think that's the thing, where I'm lucky is I'm a comedian rather than an academic, so I can go, oh, this on one side and this on the other side, who knows?
You're also in a comedy series at the moment, aren't you? Out of Your Mind, right?
Yes.
Which, written by you, and is about you.
Yes.
Kind of.
It's very arrogant of me. But essentially...
I wasn't going to say it.
Yeah, no, but it is. It really is. And the character, usually people change their surname, so they'll be like Sarah, but they'll be like Sarah Lemon Juice, but no, I'm Sara Pascoe in it, which meant that all of my family had to kind of sign a disclaimer that they wouldn't sue, because I'm not trying to represent anyone else, I have to say. Yeah.
I mean, it looks fantastic. Out of Her Mind. We've got a clip of it here. Let's take a look.
Oh, please, just try. OK? I really need an opinion.
It's not like in a film, is it?
Do you like the dress?
I kind of need you to try on loads, like about 30, but really quickly with an upbeat song. And then every time you pull across the curtain, I do a different reaction face. For instance, this one, and then 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 this one.
You want one to our scene?
So you're everywhere though at the moment. I mean, we worked together only a few weeks ago.
You were brilliant.
Possible.
We were so glad to have you. Did you enjoy doing it?
I loved it. It was the most fun I've had in the TV studio for days.
Yeah.
It was really good.
You were really good.
It was really great. You can do more of those?
Well, I hope so. I think it's a really, as you know, like a really light-hearted show. Like, it's just literally adults sitting around playing silly guessing games, but with everything being so serious in the outside world, sometimes you don't want, like, biting satire and, you know, political commentary. You just want to be you guessing... You didn't guess The Rock, did you?
No, listen, I didn't guess anything.
Honestly, I'm embarrassed to show this clip. Take a look. Oh dear.
I'm so rubbish at games.
I know, but it's lovely. And also, once you're up there, it's so easy when you're watching it from home. It's so obvious when you're not doing it. But it was so, Aisling said it 20 times, and then you're like, you needy?
You needy?
Yeah.
Now, there is also something I really want to bring up, because this is a problem that, unfortunately, a lot of people have. Now, please explain to everyone what is happening in this photo.
Right. Oh, look. I'd bought some envelopes. I'm going to name the retailer, Ryman's, for some of my admin, my posting, and they are far too big. I don't know if you can even see in that picture how big they are.
Yeah.
They're too big. You can't put them in a post box. You'd have to, like, hire someone to like deliver it. On a bicycle, like a courier. And they're too big, and I couldn't use them. And it's really annoying sometimes, because you think you can see on a website, it looks like an envelope as a picture, and you go, that's fine, that's what I want.
Yeah.
Put a little stamp on there. You can't.
Size never really translates on the internet, right? And you're not the only person that's made this mistake. I just want you to take a look in a game that I like to call Internet versus Reality. So let's take a look at the first one. So there's a lovely little chair.
That's definitely a real-size chair.
There's a real-size chair. Yeah. And then the reality, there's a tiny chair.
No.
It's a tiny chair. Let's go one more. Go on Internet. Lovely. Oh, very nice bedside table unit there.
That's really
and a lovely
nice.
rug. Let's see the reality.
Doll's house.
Oh no, the rug!
Yeah!
No!
The rug!
No!
The rug! Go on.
To make a rug that small!
One more. Let's see the internet. This looks good.
Yeah.
I mean, you would definitely get that for your boy.
it's
I mean,
cute,
look at that.
isn't it?
Like,
It's really
look
cute.
at that. Like, great dinosaur pillow. But let's see the reality. That's just the cover.
Oh!
But what kind of twisted kid's going to want to sleep on another kid?
Now, the reason why I bring it up, I'm going to go back to a photo as
Yeah.
well, because I love this photo, because you said you bought a set of drawers. Am I right?
when I first bought my flat, obviously, very exciting, didn't have any furniture, and I was really trying to like buy from independent traders rather than... And so I bought a chest of drawers, and they were £70.
Right.
Which is, that's a right
quite a
amount
lot.
of money.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah.
right amount of money
Yeah.
for a chest of drawers.
Yeah.
So that's the first... You can see on the left, that's what they look like.
Yeah.
And then that's my dog. That's my dog
Oh
Mouse.
my God.
They're tiny.
No.
They're tiny. They were £70.
That's Doll's house.
Yeah.
Do you know the worst thing is my dad actually did the same thing.
I've
Did
done
you?
that too.
Yeah, yeah, I bought a chair, right? And the chair came, and it's this tiny little kid's one. Yeah. 700 quid it was.
No.
Yeah, 700
Did
quid.
he really? Well,
Yeah.
that's just being conned, isn't it?
Yeah.
What, and that's not?
Yeah.
Buy a chest of drawers, right?
I actually bought a
Yeah.
Henry Hoover.
Yeah.
And because it was on the internet, and I was like, that's really cheap, and they're
Yeah.
really apparently very good hoovers. And I was like, that's brilliant. And when it arrived, it was a children's toy for a child to hoover around.
No.
And it was this big, and it's still at home, and it's like,
But that wasn't
you can't even plug it
But that
in.
wasn't £700. If I'd spent £700, I would get a kid just to appreciate the chair.
Yeah.
I'll just register for adoption.
Did your Hoover have all those little coloured bits in it?
Yeah, it looked really real, but it was
so
just that
good.
big.
I love that, Sarah. Thank you so much
you.
for being here
good.
today.
Really
Sarah's book, Sex, Power, Money, is out in paperback.
Now the nights are drawing in, so it's a good time to catch up on some TV viewing. And we've got some great recommendations for you in our best picks. So let's start with a brand new gripping drama. On ITV, it's called The Sister. It's a 4-part thriller starring Russell Tovey. It is absolutely brilliant. It's on tomorrow night. The trailer looks fantastic. Watch this.
3 years ago, I lost my little sister. She went out one night, never came home.
They only need a fragment of DNA. If there's anything left, they will find it.
You were talking in your sleep.
What did I say? You stay away from my family and you don't say a word.
Do I need to call someone? Do I need a lawyer or something?
What did you do? What did you do?
Ooh, it looks good, doesn't it?
Really good. Very tense. And of course, with Halloween fast approaching, you might like this one, okay? If you are looking for something a little bit scary, then check out The Haunting of Bly Manor. It is on Netflix. It's a horror series. I warn you, right? It's very scary. Definitely not for the youngsters.
Yeah.
Right, it's time for something that's very close to my heart. It's for the family. It's on Disney+. The Mandalorian Series 2. Yes, the second turn for the Star Wars spin-off, The Mandalorian. It is out on the 30th of October. What we do know, it will centre on the Mandalorian searching for the truth about the child's origins, and we also know the bounty hunter will come face to face with the villain Moff Gideon, who has planned to get his hands on Baby Yoda himself.
You must reunite it with its own kind.
Where?
This you must determine. The songs of eons past tell of battles between Mandalore the Great and an order of sorcerers called Jedi.
You expect me to search the galaxy and deliver this creature to a race of enemy sorcerers?
This is the way.
Oh man, that was engrossed. I loved the first series, didn't you?
So good.
Yeah, Tamzin?
Yes.
Got a recommendation for us?
Yes, I have. Apart from Ghosts, which we're loving, my other recommendation is Enola Holmes.
Yeah.
Which I watched with both my daughters, and it's a proper feminist film and a real mother and daughter film. We all really laughed. We all really cried. Helena Bonham Carter is brilliant in it, and so is Millie Bobby Brown.
Yes.
It's just fantastic film.
Yeah, it really is. Millie Bobby Brown plays Enola Holmes, the younger sister of Sherlock. Sarah, what about you?
Well, I'm going to recommend a TV programme that's about reading, because that's my very favourite thing, although all of those shows look amazing.
Yep.
I'm definitely going to watch them. And so it's a new show hosted by Sara. It's called Between the Covers. It's on BBC Two.
Yep.
And Sara talks about books that have just recently come out and that she likes to read. And all of her guests, they recommend like the funniest book they've ever read, books they'd take on a date to recommend to someone, all those kind of things. So you get like lots of recommendations for things.
It's a really, really fantastic show. We love Sara as well. I mean, look at this.
Sometimes people use the same word all the time, whereas if they looked in a Roget's thesaurus, and you do just find fascinating words.
What is your most absolute... I mean, some of your most favourite words that you try and slip in daily?
Flocky knocky nihilipilification.
That sounds completely made up, doesn't it? Like,
it does, but it's actually really... It means the act of assessing something as worthless, which I think is particularly useful at the moment, isn't it?
I'm not even going to attempt to try and say that word.
No.
Flocky... No,
Just
no,
flocky
no,
knocky.
no, I won't. Right, time to take a break. Stay right where you are, because we are chatting to Hollywood movie star Ben Hardy. There he is. We will chat to him in just a few moments. Stay there. Martin and Roman's Sunday Best.
Tamzin, Outhwaite, Sara, Pascoe, been here all morning.
Yeah, but now it's time to introduce our final guest. He started out in EastEnders, then went on to star in X-Men, Apocalypse, and then Bohemian Rhapsody. Now he is in a brilliant, thrilling comedy called Pixie. Let's welcome Ben Hardy.
How you doing, mate? You okay?
Yeah, good, thanks, guys. How are you?
Good. Yeah. So tell us about the new movie, Pixie.
So it's a Irish road thriller, and it's about these three kids, all kind of in their mid-20s, who discover a big bag of drugs and decide they're just going to get the hell out of this small town in Ireland they're from. But it all kind of goes pear-shaped, and it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. I think it's what people need right now.
These your digs?
Temporarily, yeah.
Temporarily?
Well, to be honest, I've been looking at a few potential property deals that would be, you know, significantly larger than this, but with the markets in this state...
I'm guessing you fellas aren't used to being in the hot water you find yourselves in currently, is that correct?
Excuse me?
I'm also guessing it's under the bed. Gonna take a look.
I don't know what we're talking about. There's no hot water under the bed.
Heartland, I'm gonna take a look now. Okay.
Really?
Very good. And it looks a lot like, you know, I think you mentioned it before, it's almost like got that in Bruges type feel to it. You shot most of it in Northern Ireland as well. What was it like filming there?
That's right, yeah, In Bruges is good. I always say, like, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid mixed with In Bruges, but yeah, if that's such a thing, like an Irish Western. But yeah, we filmed in Belfast, which was, I don't know if you guys have been to Belfast, but it's a lovely town, lovely city. Yeah, I mean, it was a joy, you know. I wish I was back there right now, don't we all, in current times? But
of course.
But yeah.
Your career is going from strength to strength, and a lot of people, you know, I think it's quite nice as well, because you're starting out, you know, in EastEnders as you did. I think the British public almost feel like they've seen you grow up into what now, you know, you're a big movie star in Hollywood. So I think going through but mate, it's true, like, you've done big movies, pal. Like,
I'll take it.
Well, now, I would be stupid if I didn't ask about it. Working on one of the most amazing films of the last decade, Bohemian Rhapsody. What was it like, I mean, getting into that role, playing Roger Taylor? And I have to ask, is it true that you didn't actually know how to play the drums when you got the role?
That is true, yeah. I told a little white lie, said that I could. I worked with a director before, yeah, so I said that I could play the drums, and then he said, okay, put together a drumming video of these two songs, and I couldn't learn them both, but I learned one and sent it in, and yeah, then got the audition from there. But yeah, that whole film was just a crazy experience, on and off set, and, you know, got me a ticket to go to the Oscars, you know, which was something I never thought I'd do, and yeah, so it was great. It was a real trip, and I'm still really good friends with all the guys in the film. We saw each other recently, and yeah, so made some great friends, and, you know, just had a great time. And yeah, you know, got to pretend to be a rock star for 6 months, which was brilliant.
I have to ask, okay, finally, do you miss the square?
I definitely miss the family environment. You know, I miss that work family. I mean, you guys know, I mean, Martin and Tamzin, you know, it's like it's a roller coaster, and it's so fast paced, and it's such hard work, and it's, you know, it's really hard to get your best work in such a limited space of time. But I miss the people. You know, there's had me some great friends on that show, and the crew as well, and everyone involved. You know, it's such a great work family. I'd definitely like to go back for a day or two.
Well, listen, man, that was so diplomatic. That was lovely.
Yeah, really good.
Thank you so much.
What would you say then, Mike?
What would you say?
What would I say? Oh, listen, in my head, I really want to go back there, but physically, I don't think I would. But in my head, sometimes I'd like to escape back to Albert Square, to our heyday.
I just had a lovely time, and I think that's the night and a lovely way to remember it.
Yeah.
It was great fun.
Yeah, definitely.
That's also a very nice diplomatic answer.
Yes, very good. Ben, thank you so much for joining us, mate. It's such a pleasure to have you on the show. And don't forget, Pixie is out in cinemas now. Let's hear it for Ben Hardy, everyone. Thank you, mate. Okay, time for one last game. So let's play Head in the Clouds. Right, the cloud has magically morphed two famous faces together. It is our job to guess who they are and which of our guests that they relate to. So, Tamzin, Sara, think you know the answer, then buzz in, OK?
OK.
Is that all clear?
We'll make it back for the songs now.
Yeah. You know what, Dad? I think we'll leave this to Tamzin and Sara on this one. Go on then.
Okay.
So we'll leave it down to you two. Cloud, reveal the first photo. Sara.
That's Nick Frost.
Yeah.
And he produced my sitcom on BBC Two.
OK, and who is he morphed with?
He just looks like himself.
No,
it's not. It's two famous faces.
Is he morphed with?
Think about Nick Frost. Think about him carefully.
Oh, with Simon. With
Take a
Simon
look.
Pegg.
Let's have a look. Is it Simon Pegg and Nick Frost?
Yay!
Okay. What's spooky is how easily their faces go into each other.
Yeah.
Isn't that creepy?
So is Simon Pegg linked to you as well?
They're
Because I
both-
played
they
opposite
both-
him.
Oh, okay, yeah. They're both the producers of my show,
okay.
but you've played opposite him as well, so it's also linked to Tamzin.
Okay, there we go. Right,
Do another
okay.
one.
Cloud, let's see our next photo. Here we go, guys.
Okay. It's Alan Davies and Stephen Fry.
Yes.
Who's your co-star and he's unguessable with me.
Oh my
Oh
God,
my God,
we're really
let's have a
linked.
look.
We're really linked.
Oh, well done. Sara, you're pulling us into this game. Thank you. Right, okay, these are really good. Tamzin, you've got to be quick here.
Sorry.
Sara's really fast. Right, okay, Cloud, reveal again, please. Very quick. Tamzin, go on.
It's definitely Ian Beale.
It's definitely Ian Beale.
That's Ian Beale with...
And
who's
who?
it with?
I love this.
Oh,
Adam Woodyatt, I should say.
yeah. But is it with Martin? It looks like Martin's in there.
Martin Kemp, isn't it? Yes! It's Martin's eye.
Let's take a look. Show me the first photo again.
Isn't that weird?
So
That's so weird.
That is so funny.
I like
I think
that.
we're going to have to give a point each to both of you there, because I think you got Ian
That's
Beale and Martin.
Mel's husbands.
Let's look at the next one, please.
Oh,
Tamzin.
it's James McAvoy
Yeah.
Oh.
with...
Go on, you got this. Got to push you.
I can't
push ya.
see the other
Got to
person.
push you. I'm going to pass it over. Going to pass it over. Have you got it? Have you got it? You're going to pass it. 3, 2, 1. Sara.
I don't know. He looks like that creepy one from Coronation Street, but that would have no link to either of us. That
Looks like
evil-
Robbie Williams.
Let's take a look.
It's definitely James McAvoy and some...
Is it?
Robbie!
Oh, go on, give it to
How's
you.
Robbie Williams linked?
Well, James is linked to me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sara, you work with Robbie Williams' dad,
Yeah,
apparently.
but that's not his dad. That's the real one.
Don't stretch our tedious links. We're trying to make TV gold here.
I've suddenly worked out the game.
Oh, you know what? It's over to you, Granny Anna, to find out who was
Sarah's
the winner
one.
here.
Yeah, it gets closer each week, but Martin did just win.
Martin.
What can I say?
I can't, honestly can't.
Oh, you shush. All right, that's your lot for today. So if you fancy watching us all over again, or you missed any of the show, catch up now on the ITV Hub.
Yeah, big round of applause. Thank you so much to our guest today. Let's hear it for Granny Annie. Fantastic as ever. And also Sara Pascoe.
And of course, Tamzin Outhwaite.
Yes, so lovely to have your company this morning. We are back next Sunday with musician Katie Mellier and Strictly's, I can only say it in the voice, Great Rebel Horde. See you next week. Bye.
Bye.